Hi everybody, Niklas Heidloff here. Today I will describe how you can access the activity stream in IBM Connections from XPages applications. In order to do that, I've implemented some sample code that leverages the XPages social enabler to call the Connections REST APIs. I will contribute that sample code soon on OpenNTF. In order to get started, I suggest to read the Connections OpenSocial API documentation, which is available in the AppDev wiki. Especially there's a document called Quick Start that describes or gives you a first sample how you can add an entry easily into your activity stream. For example, it describes the syntax of the URL and the special parameters like me, all public, and there's also a sample JSON payload that you can post to Connections. Now, 1 or 2 weeks ago, we announced the new IBM Social Business Toolkit, which will contain a similar functionality as available today in the XPages social enabler. And that toolkit will be targeted for Java developers and web developers. For Java developers, there are new Java APIs which make it really easy for Java developers to access Connections and IBM Smart Cloud for social business. For example, there's a class in there called Activity Stream Service with methods like getActivityStream, getAllUpdatesStream, get status updates from my network, get updates from user, and so forth, and also methods to post new entries. What I've done in my sample code is to re-implement that same class, that same interface, and make it available for XPages developers. So let's take a look. I have a very simple test page here with only 3 buttons. Create an entry in the current user's activity stream, create an entry in a community activity stream, and read entries from an activity stream. So let's start with the first one, create entry in current user's activity stream. In order to show how you can do that, let me open up Designer. Now there was some configuration, and there is some configuration that you need to do initially, which is to define this managed bean called Connections LTPA, which uses the so-called LTPA endpoint bean. That means that the user has to be authenticated against XPages or Domino or Connections, and in that case the credentials of that currently logged in user are used to access Connections. Now there's only one more thing that you need to do. You need to refer to this endpoint in your XSP properties. So once you have done that, you can go ahead and implement these buttons. So this is the X page with the buttons, for example the first one, create entry in current user's activity stream. And in here I simply call a static method, Java method, called create entry in user's activity stream, which is the one that you see right here. So in order to create that entry, I have a convenience API, a convenience method to create the JSON that I need to pass in, that I need to send to Connections. And that allows me to define easily the actor, ID and name and URLs, etc. And even it includes the definition of the embedded experience, the gadget that you want to display in the embedded experience. And then you simply create a new instance of this activity stream service and call a method postEntry, and you pass in JSON as an input parameter. And that's all. That's as easy as it is. So let's give that a try. Actually, let's go back one more time. I've created here a test subject testing XPages social enabler demo 2. And when I press this button now, I get this feedback here that something has happened. And when I now refresh the activity stream, I see this new item showing up right here, demo 2. And I can actually even click on it to open the embedded experience. Now, very similar to that, I can also create an entry in a community activity stream. So again, I click that button once, I go back to Connections, navigate to the community, which is this one, IBM Connections Development, and here under recent updates I should see the demo 3 entry, which is exactly what I entered here. And in order to post to the community, I have another method on the activity service that is called post entry to community. And all you need to do here is to enter the unique ID of the community. Now, in addition to these default or to these post entry methods that use a lot of defaults, you can also invoke the same method or overloaded method with additional parameters. You can pass in headers, and you can also define these special parameters in the URL. So that's how you can create entries in the different activity streams. Now, the next example is how to actually read from the activity stream. So when I click this button, I bring up here the debugger, because I don't really have good output on the XPage. And here you can see that I call now the method getActivityStream. There's many different versions or different methods available to read the activity stream, different filters, different parameters. For example, get status updates from my network, and all the other methods that I showed earlier in the Java doc. So now I can step over it, and then as an output, as a result, I get a list of activity stream entries, and I can simply loop through them and read, for example, information like the title and about our preparing demo. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks a lot for your attention. Bye bye.